gentlemen, tonight with Night of Illusions, Magician of the Week and Citizen.lk, we have an amazing magician. Not only a magician, but a magic creator, one of the best probably the world has. And his name is Axel HeckLau, all the way from Germany. Welcome, Mr. Axel. It's a pleasure to have you here, and it's nice to meet you in Asia. First of all, sir, could you tell us something about your life? How did you start in magic?
Oh, that's the first question always, and it's a boring story. It's the same as everybody. So I just got a magic trick in a comic book. And that was my first hook. Then I planned to do a magic show for my grandpa for his birthday party. So I bought a magic set, the most expensive one available that I could afford, and then I did this show, and my parents saw the interest, so they gave me a book of magic, a very good one for my birthday. That was my 13th birthday, so I was 12. At the end of 12, I was hooked.
Can you probably remember your first trick?
One of my first tricks, I was fascinating about where the billiard balls.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there was a plastic ball and a half one, and
the multiplying ball.
Just one set. One. And the second one, and I put it away. So that was the first trick.
Wow, amazing. And I think, when you look at the world, you come up with some classics, some brilliant classics, but, reinvented, like the newspaper, the Torn and Resto newspaper, the amazing cup, the magic cup, and, things like that. What was your thought process behind creating, classics into new versions? How did you come up with those ideas? What inspired you?
So first of all, you always build on shoulders of giants. So there were great versions before, but if you stay curious and if you stay questioning things, so if you ask, okay, which points are not that great, so then you find weak points to make them even better. And there's always a weak point in a magic trick, because otherwise it's magic.
Exactly.
It's true magic. So we can improve everything. So it's just to be not satisfied with the existing version.
Exactly. In fact, the magic world considers Mr. HeckLau's Torn and Resto newspaper as the best in the world, and that's how the mind works. You see how he has reinvented an age-old trick, and even today, magicians take his version, and it's an upgraded version, a 2.0, I believe, which people are taking. I'm looking forward to doing that effect, taking it from him. So, sir. We have so many magicians around the world, young magicians who are aspiring and who want to be inspired by magicians like you. Do you have a message for them? Can you tell them something, how they could probably achieve the great heights of what you have done?
First, for the very young beginners, and so I would say don't skip the basic education. So do the billiard balls, do the classics and magic, do linking rings, learn a pass, learn a top change, learn how to shuffle cards properly, or even if you don't do card magic, just to have a basic skill on the fingers, because people, the audience, like to see a magician as a skillful person. And if you're not elegant by picking up a prop or something, this reduces the effect of even if the trick is great, it's not that feeling what you get over. So if you have this basic education by doing the classics, by doing these, you learn this from the ground. So this is a message for the very beginners and young people. And for the most advanced ones, don't be satisfied with your work. Enjoy your success on one side, but on the other side, questioning yourself, questioning even great magicians that are your heroes. I never had a big hero. I have people I really appreciate their work and so, but I don't say everything is great what they do. No, they are all humans. I'm a human, you're a human. Everybody makes mistakes, times changes, so it's always a process, and you have to keep on looking for weak points and starting points to make it better.
Amazing. So it's a process of innovation, on and on. You just look at the same thing to see how you can perfect it as you go on. Yeah, and so you've
My
been.
things are not perfect.
Wow, I think that's an inspiration itself, because not many people would say, my thing is still, it could be improved. So hats off to you, sir, for that. And being, an award-winning magician, performing in, prestigious locations like the Magic Castle, the top, magic conferences, and having lectures around the world. How do you feel that? How, from being a kid magician to now being known around the world, how do you feel about it?
I never thought that I ever would perform in the Magic Castle. I never thought that I would go to Singapore or whatever to teach my tricks, or to teach my or share my way of think about magic, because every country is different, and this is just a great feeling that I can maybe inspire people and make our art go on and go further.
It's very nice, very nice. This is your first time in Asia.
Yes.
How has it been so far?
Busan, South Korea was very interesting. It was very perfect organized, and one difference I figured out is that, for instance, in South Korea there is no, most of the shows are for stage and manipulation, and they don't know this staging in a small environment like parlor magic, where you speak and you have a little group, because nobody books a magician for wedding, for instance. This is not common there.
Okay.
And this is maybe the reason why the Korean manipulation acts are so great, because if you like to work in this market, and there's this market not existing, so of course they go into another market, like performing on TV or so. So that was interesting to see. And otherwise, I just start my tour. I have no idea. So I'm very curious about the lectures here, how they ask, how they judge different tricks, what they like, what they don't like. I don't know.
Amazing.
It's just the beginning here.
Amazing. I mean, that's an insight I never knew, because even in Sri Lanka you have a mix of magic. Though magic is not very advanced. We do have stage, we have parlor, we have close-up, and we have street magic, obviously.
Yeah.
So we have that breadth, but in terms of theaters, probably we are not as advanced as even Korea or other Asian countries.
But this I only heard. I don't know if this is true in South Korea, but maybe I just heard something from somebody who don't know it better. I have no idea, but it was an interesting thought. Why maybe the Korean magicians all tend to perform for music on stage.
So maybe it's a new opportunity for them to try out.
Yeah, of course. I think parlor magic is a great version of our art, because you can directly communicate to people. But close-up magic, I like close-up magic, but if you go from table to table, you have so many obstacles, so many things from around that you have to handle, like the waiter who disturbed the thing, the music in the background, and it has to be surrounded. So in parlor situation, you can perform more artificial, you can tell a story, you can have more concentration of the audience to follow you along. So this is what I really like, because you have the close distance to the audience as well.
And I think the biggest skill in that is probably audience management.
Yeah.
Keeping the focus throughout the trip.
Yeah, of course.
So I hope someday we can get you to Sri Lanka, because Sri Lanka is South Asia, and Sri Lanka would be willing to have you, a person like you, and to see your magic. I think our part of the world is hungry to see new magic. So
great.
Thank you very much, Mr. HeckLau. Thank you for your time, and we really appreciate this opportunity for doing this interview with us. We wish you all the best, and we want to see more successful things as we go on. Thank you very much. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you. See you in Sri Lanka.
See you in Sri Lanka. So that's Mr. Axel HeckLau. Thank you very much.